Ask a fighter about Ilia Topuria. Watch what happens before they answer. There's a pause. A small one, but it's there. The energy in the room shifts slightly. The tone drops. More measured, more careful. They don't reach for casual words. They don't say he's good. They don't say he's dangerous like it's a footnote. They say it like a warning, like something they've processed and haven't quite let go of. That's not hype. That's not coincidence. That is something else entirely.
If he puts a hand on you like that, like, you're gonna go down. Like, I don't care how, that's just that. Like, I mean, that was a clean right hand, and I think no matter who you are, like, you let one of those land on your chin while you're caught there, you're probably going down.
Essentially, what he did on Saturday, you've got a superstar on your hands.
He looks like a guy who could be one of the all-time greats.
He called it from the absolute get-go, and he was right. 15-0, 13 stoppages. This man is sensational.
In MMA, the word dangerous gets thrown around so freely it almost loses meaning. But there are fighters, rare ones, where the word means something different, something heavier. Around Topuria, it means the pressure starts before the cage door even closes. It builds during the buildup, during the stare downs, during the moments when most fighters are still finding their footing mentally. By the time the fight begins, the work has already started. Every exchange feels like it could be the last. Not because he's reckless, because he's exact. There is no safe phase in a Topuria fight. There is no comfortable range. No moment where the other man can quietly collect himself and reset. He has built that aura with speed. Undefeated, calm under fire, technically sharp and quietly, almost unsettlingly, confident. His presence draws comparisons to a young Conor McGregor. Not for the spectacle, for the weight of it.
I'm not gonna knock him out.
And it's not that if I'm gonna win the belt, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. They always used to be like this, but after the fight, you know what's happened. You wanna talk to me like the man to man? You said something about me. I went to your country, I slap your face, I get at the waist and grin. I walk like a king in your street.
Are you talking English?
And what
there?
you did? What you
Is
did,
that
man?
English?
Yeah, of course I
Speak
do.
English for the people.
Shut up.
Not German or Spanish like you're from.
I'm talking in English, and fuck you in English. Y que te follen en español.
We see things and then we believe things and then we see it, right? Most people, they are like, oh, maybe, and I always tell him, like, it's already in our mind, so you're gonna be you are the world champion. That's it.
You feel fear while you're going into the ring, or at that point you're not?
When you are in backstage, you feel that.
You feel fear backstage.
Of course.
Adrenaline right here.
Of course you do. Everyone does it. Everyone.
How do you deal with it? How do you deal with it?
I use it like from a positive way. I use it from like, I don't know. The first thing that happens where you are in backstage, your mind used to take you to the octagon, and in reality you are in the backstage. And I'm like, listen, right now I'm with my people, wrapping my hands, warm up, I don't know, whatever I'm doing, but I'm not fighting with anyone. So don't worry about anything. Just save that energy, because you are going to need that concentration, that focus inside the octagon.
Joe Rogan has returned to Topuria's name more than once, and always with that same measured tone. What he keeps coming back to is how Topuria handles pressure. When the fight gets tight, and when it should, by every instinct, produce hesitation. There is no panic, no wasted movement, no decision making that comes from the wrong place. He stalks patiently. He draws reactions out of his opponents, like a man setting a trap, waiting for the exact moment when someone flinches. And when that opening appears, he doesn't ease into it. He explodes into it with precision that makes it look inevitable in hindsight. He doesn't fight to edge rounds. He fights like a man hunting a finish. There's a difference, and anyone watching closely enough can feel it.
Yeah, Ilia Topuria, whatever, he's fucking tight.
He's dangerous.
He's tight. That shit's tight.
Everything is so sharp. His technique is flawless. Everything's flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. He's dangerous. His heart is dangerous. He fought this dude, Jai Herbert, and he went up to 155 for that fight. So he's a 45-pounder. And he said, fuck it, I'll take a fight at 55. He gets head kicked in the first round by Jai Herbert. Is a nasty stand-up fighter. He's so good. He's real slick. He's real good stand-up, like real sharp stand-up. And he caught Topuria with the perfect head kick. And Topuria, he's in real trouble. He got dropped. And he scrambled, got a hold of him. Next round, sent him into the dark lands. Blasted him against literally slept him, face planted him, and walk-off KO. He's an animal, dude. He's a real problem because he's intelligent, he's dedicated, he's driven, he's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys have, where they know they're the best even before they're the best. He knew he was the best even before. And he's literally fighting the best guy ever in that division. And he's telling everybody, I'm going to fuck this dude up inside of 2 rounds.
When is he fighting next?
Good question. I don't know who he's fighting next.
His mentality alone separates him from much of the division. Calculated aggression, a composed predatory focus that never quite breaks surface even when the fight demands emotion from him. That composure isn't passive, it's a weapon. His boxing is tight, compact, powerful, built entirely on timing rather than volume, which means every punch carries intent rather than noise. He doesn't swing to impress. He doesn't chase chaos. He reads opponents. He waits. And when they begin to move defensively, when the instinct to protect kicks in, he shifts seamlessly. The grappling arrives not as a desperation measure, but as a natural continuation of the same pressure that was already suffocating them on the feet.
He just did textbook Ilia Topuria champion stuff, and he put Max Holloway out. He put him out cold, and we've not seen that before in the octagon.
This kid is going to be good for a really long time. He came here in 2020 as a grappler, and he is just knocking people out left and right, and every time he gets better.
That's the thing about his pressure. It doesn't disappear. His control is constant. His finishing instincts are sharp. You cannot relax on the feet. You cannot stall on the ground. You cannot look for him to slow down and give you space to breathe. Because even in the moments when he isn't throwing, when most fighters would offer a brief reprieve, Topuria is still forcing reactions. He is still closing exits. He is still tightening the space around you until the options narrow down to almost nothing. The pressure never disappears. Charles Oliveira, a man who has been deep in the most brutal waters this sport offers, has openly acknowledged how dangerous Topuria is in exchanges. Oliveira knows better than most that one clean shot can rewrite a fight completely, not shift momentum, rewrite it. And that threat from Topuria is never absent, never hypothetical. It is always present, always loaded, every single second of every single round. That is what fighters are really saying when they pause before answering. That is what the tone shift means. That is the aura.
Sorry, Max, just one more. I know you had good praise for Ilia there. Dana was in here. He said you are still the BMF champion, but Ilya's strutting around backstage with the UFC belt on one shoulder and his BMF one on the other. Just your thought on that.
I mean, it is what it is. It is. It wasn't, could you imagine Islam walking around with 2 belts after knocking out Volk? Let that sink in, you know? The belt was in a different weight class for a different reason. I think the fans make it happen. If the UFC really wanted to make it happen, they would have put it up, and I don't know why they didn't, but Dana said what he said, so he's the boss man, you know?
Ilia Topuria is as dangerous and as good as anyone in the world. Good as all these guys have looked, any of them would be a decent-sized underdog. He has just been an amazing fighter. He's undefeated. He's a world champion in 2 weight classes. He just knocked out Charles Oliveira. He knocked out Max Holloway. Not the Volkanized. He's just the best at this point, and he would be